What's up, world? This is WeNeeda5th. This your man Mo. Got my man Hill in the building.
Yo, checking in.
Got my man P in the building. Fellas, it's a beautiful day, man. The playoffs are in full swing. We got the semifinals. Conference finals. Excuse me. I want to talk about orange and blue skies. Game 1, New York Knicks versus Indiana was played Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was a pretty good game, fellas.
Yeah.
And I think
someone say classic. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Classic. And I think New York felt pretty good about themselves for maybe 43 minutes? 44?
More than that.
44? Because it's like
46.
46.
Whenever Nesmith hit that first three, it was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. Now, first thoughts or game 1. What's your thoughts on game 1? How did Indiana surprise you guys?
My first thoughts is I think the Knicks, although they were winning and looked like they were going to win the game, they were playing at Indiana's pace. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that's what Indiana does, run up and down. I said that from when the playoffs started. I didn't think they were that good of a team if you slow them down. But if you go up and down with them, this is what you get.
Yeah. And I think it's lazy analysis by me for Indiana. I just think they're just Indiana. They're talentless. They have one star and goes with it, and it's a sum of all parts. And you have a great coach, be it Larry Bird or Larry Bird was great. Well, very good, or Rick Carlisle. But no, they have talent on that team, and you add those factors, which I said that I knew they were going into it with. So, shame on me for selling out Tyrese Haliburton. Naismith, you got, Obi. I just thought these were just cogs. They're good and added to just being, well coached. Indiana is playing basketball their way, and forcing the Knicks to speed it up, which it makes even Brunson look, irresponsible at times. I think he had 5 turnovers?
Yeah.
And potentially 2, which he was saved from off the double team. So, we'll dig deeper. That's just the surface analysis. That's just pretty much my apology to the Pacers.
Is Haliburton becoming a superstar? Is he on that path right now? I mean, because now you got two years in a row where the guys, giving you pretty good performances during the playoffs, and he's shown that, this is not a fluke. I could do it during the regular season as well and whatnot. So he's been consistently this player that we're seeing right now. So at what point do we say, he's not coming, but he's arrived?
I think it depends on what type of style of play you like, right? Because you can make an argument Tim Duncan was a superstar. He's one of the all-time great players. We know that. I'm not saying that, but I don't know if people looked at him as a superstar.
Gotcha.
So that, and what I mean by that, I don't think winning is a big part of it, but I don't think that's everything. Because technically, him and Anthony Edwards have mirrored each other this past couple of years. They both led their teams to their conference finals. I think most people would say Anthony Edwards is a no-brainer superstar. And Tyrese Haliburton, we asking this question. So I think it depends on your preference, personally.
Yeah, the aesthetics plays a lot with Tyrese Haliburton. And I'm getting over it now because his fundamental game was he's a quintessential point guard. I love the height, which I've always loved at the point guard slot. But I think one play in particular, which I was like, he's nice, was the off-the-bounce touch pass that he threw to Nembhard for the layup. Because a lot of times we're playing that takes maybe a gather of two hands to push that ball through. He's doing it off the dribble, and it's a touch. And it had the right steam, right time. I said, "Ooh, he's nice." You know what I mean? Like, he just makes the right plays. The N1 bounce off of Bridges. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen a lot from the kid, which I'm starting to like now. It's not Malone-ish where I'm like, I'll never get over the aesthetics. He's winning me over. Like, to be funny, LeBron was so forceful, but it took me a while to get won over by LeBron as well, too. Like, his basketball aesthetics to me were horrible. I mean, I still point things out which I don't like. But some things you just can't deny, and I think it's the results. And Tyrese is just, boy, the poise. Step back in and go back out. He said, listen, he tells me he knew it was going in. Dude had an open lane for a layup, you know, to push for extra basketball. He decided, you know, he three for the win.
He wanted to win, man, and I like that about him. Y'all know I love those ultra competitors that want it and want to put it all on the line for the win. I like the fact that he plays on both sides of the ball. You know, he's not a great defender, but but he's playing it. You know what I mean? And because I think of the elite point guards now, not too many of them are playing both sides of the ball.
And to go back to the coaching aspect of Carlisle, it's two defensive mindsets which I love, and that was the overtime, isolating, finding a way to get it into Josh Hart's hands and having to make a play. You know, two awful shots out the get-go. And on the defensive end, which they stole from, who was first? I would say Cleveland, and then Toronto did it. And that was exposing Steph, and then Boston too, like on the pick and rolls, and just exposing Jalen Brunson.
Yeah,
getting him into foul trouble, just making him play on both ends of the game, and it kind of took a lot out of his game, his aggressiveness.
And I think the fact that they were able to both of your points earlier, they were able to speed up the game, keep ratcheting up the pressure and the speed of the game as the game went along, especially once it got into that fourth quarter overtime. They were just running. They were running off of makes and getting transition buckets. So I think, and I mentioned this before when they were playing the Celtics, but that's the way you beat the Knicks at this point. You have to run them out the building or get them into foul trouble because Tibbs doesn't go too deep into his bench or doesn't trust his bench to go that deep. Force him to play him, you know what I mean? And I think what Indiana has to do is just keep up that pace and keep putting pedal to the metal and forcing Jalen into to defend.
And I see it creeping in now. It's coming now. They're giving me the narrative now of, oh, these guys too tired. Indiana's playing too much. Tibbs is not.
Know what?
I'm starting to hear the whispers with it now.
Know why? Because especially, and it is bad because it's only one game, and a lot can happen in just one game. But with this one game, especially with the collapse that they showed in their fourth quarter and overtime, there were certain things that it was just mental fatigue. Like, hey, that Obi Toppin cut to get the dunk for Indiana go up 3. It's like that was y'all went from switching everything to nobody switched off or on to him. And they just let him go, and it's just like, yo,
that was an and one too.
Yo, and there were other, and there were just other little missteps that would, hey, you could say maybe mental fatigue or something like that, or just the pressure of the moment. I don't know, but after seeing them in Boston, they didn't have that. Only thing I can think of is, hey, Indiana had them playing faster and whatnot. And, hey, fatigue. It's going to catch up.
Mental fatigue makes Jalen Brunson run into a corner for a trap. Like that's the whole elements for a trap, right? Yeah. You need a person to run to run.
Because the sideline is like your extra defender now.
It's just like, hey, little things like that, like stay away from that corner. I mean, normally Jalen Brunson's not making that mistake.
But it's all right. Are we going with fatigue? Are we going with Indiana played a great game and was an epic game now? For a heck of a comeback, 9 points, a minute left. Knicks collapse.
I think all of the above, actually. You know, I think, hey, Indiana had to play a great game, first of all, but I think the Knicks helped them out with the little mistakes, with the little issues that they had closing it out. Because you were up 15. You know, and it's like, hey, now it's, hey, can we buckle down and continue to do what we've done for the last 46 minutes? You know what I mean? And the only other thing I could put it to is, hey, fatigue, or I'm believing that, you know what, New York wasn't that good. What they showed me in the first 46 minutes wasn't really them. The last 2 minutes was them. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's true. And you guys know I'm no Knick fan, but I think the first 46 minutes kind of reflects, hey, what type of talent that team has and what they can do. But like I said, you know, when you play your players as many minutes as Tips does, and you don't go into your bench,
they don't lose that game. That's not even a forethought, though, right? Like, if everything goes to plan, OG makes an extra free throw. You know what I mean? It's not about – it's just regular as is. I mean, yeah, Indiana made this comeback, something to work off for the next game. But the Knicks probably beat them the next game, too. Who knows? The results help, you know what I mean, the narrative.
Okay.
It allows us to come in. I'm not even thinking about it. It's like, yo, it would have been like, the Knicks are wilding. They still won, but what are you doing? Like, it was Naismith epic. I'm not expecting Naismith to do that. Now you give confidence to Indiana, and there's some doubt with Knicks. It's like, this could happen. This is how I say. If I'm Indiana, I'm free money. I am running up and down that court.
Early. Everything is running
for game 2. But I just hate the fact, like, I was watching some of the YouTube stuff, and they were saying, like, you know, typical Tips. Now the typical Tip stuff is coming in when they're up 14 with 2 minutes left, and 9 with a minute left with Mr. Clutch. He just got the award. Like,
and I think that's kind of the issue is that, hey, you do have Mr. Clutch. You know what I mean? You do have this team that we've seen do all these great things, got past, you know, what many people were calling the prohibitive favorite in the East, dealt with them handily. And when you come up against the Indiana team and you're up 14, 15, 2 minutes left to go, and you collapse and you lose it, like I said, it's either, hey, we believe that the team, you know, that was up 15 wasn't really that team, or that team got tired at the end. You know what I mean? And couldn't close out the deal.
I'll tell you one thing. To piggyback off of Pete, we was talking about Anthony Edwards and Haliburton. Their roads, if they get to the championship, the roads that they went through are impressive.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, Cleveland, Knicks, and possibly Minnesota or OKC, and to win a championship like that, like Haliburton elevates quickly. He pulls something like that off.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, because maybe a year or 2 years ago, to me, him and Trae Young, toss him. All right, let's pick him.
Yeah, man.
Not anymore.
This is a run, bro.
Like, especially if he advances to the finals. Yeah.
Giannis Best team in the league overall. Surging Knicks.
And I think the Knicks one will hold more weight because, you play who's out there. But, Milwaukee was banged up. Cleveland was banged up. So for your Haliburton detractors, you could use that. But the Knicks are relatively as healthy as any team in the playoffs. But if he definitely makes the finals, I agree, though, the run.
And would it not really with a true – I mean, is Siakam his
yeah, I would say yeah, but there's better there's better Robins in the world, and I think we all like Siakam's game.
Yeah,
but
heck yeah.
Reality is we've seen better Robins.
It's only game one, Knicks fans. Only game one.
Cat, you like what you saw for game one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm one. Almost like Cat's just playing with house money for me now, because I was never like the biggest Cat fan. There was like Anthony Davis comparisons. I didn't get it. I thought but right now, I like I said in the chat, like I think New York just put the battery in his back. Like Cat's he's different now. Matter of fact, I think it's just more aggressive. Like I think the Knicks fans or the fan base or maybe his teammates have just put this battery in his back where I've never seen him this aggressive before. And for the betterment of himself and his
team.
Nice
too. It's not that
he's always been skilled, no doubt about it. But I just feel when push comes to shove, he won't shove back. Now he'll shove back. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm saying this, for a guy who's like either first or second in rebounding. So it's not like, yeah. So Cat's been impressive this whole playoff run for me.
Okay. Let's go back out to the West. OKC, Minnesota.
Shout out Indiana too. We're gonna touch it. We all hometown Knicks. We ain't gonna really say Indiana, what they did great, anything of that nature. But it's a Knicks.
Knicks lost. Indiana didn't win.
Right?
No, what's your point? I think Indiana did great. I think we kind of been clear on that. At least I am. You know what I mean? I think yellow and blue skies. I'm for it. Here for it. No orange. Yeah, I want. But out west, OKC versus Minnesota. We got 2 games under our belt. OKC is up 2-0. First game, Anthony Ant had a whatchamacallit, tweak of his ankle, kind of slowed him down in the second half. Second game, it never seemed like Minnesota was in the game.
That's because Randall had a bad game. Very much. He didn't give you anything close to what he gave you in game one, and I think that's what's needed. Jaden had a iffy game, and
Kareem Shaquille Chamberlain,
Rudy,
a.k.a. Rudy Gobert. This is different. Like, and Chet is not the biggest dude. Harstein's a good defender, but it's different than what we saw in that Lakers series, right? Like,
yeah, or even the Golden State.
In the Golden State series.
He's not coordinated to get the ball and lay it up.
I saw DiVincenzo had him like on an outlet, but like the defender and Rudy were tied. He just said, nah.
And that's what kills me. And that's why I've always been saying, it's the death of the big man. Because little simple plays like
I thought that was a good play. Because he wasn't posting yet. Rudy was on the run. You don't want to give the ball to Rudy on the run. Like you said, he's just not coordinated.
Oh, you're saying the death of the big man as in they should get it to him. I don't think he could coordinate and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that's a shame.
No, I think the reason they're not giving it to him because he doesn't have that matchup. Like against the Lakers, Golden State, against him, like you said, I don't think he could do nothing with Hartenstein or Holmgren. Now, if you want to say give it a try and see, fine, but
to catch the ball,
turn face,
jump hook, and put it underneath or over it and drop it down because he's taller than both of those guys, and he does not do that. Like he can't catch.
And I remember maybe a year or two ago, we were talking about this big time. Like, I saw him do that in the Olympics. Like, they just did simple, catch and shoot. You're taller than the guy sticking you. Just turn around and
That's
put it in.
the problem. He's not taller than these guys.
But he can't secure the ball, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, you can't. Catching is. I'm disgusted when anything near Rudo and it's 4 and 5 with that.
And I think it's him. I don't really think it's a death for the big man because Chet looked nice out there. Like him and Chet like the same height. Chet looked like they was looking for Chet. I think it's a talent disparity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and Chet their third option. They were looking for him though. So, Rudy's just, yeah. You have to spoon feed him his points.
I mean, is this going to be a single Avenger movie with just Ant-Man playing and
No, because I think Julius Randle outplayed him in the first game. I won't say outplayed him because they're on the same team, but you know what I mean? And to be honest, Ant didn't play that well. He put up a lot of shots, but he was like really inefficient. And I think that's the difference. I think SGA might have outscored him by 4 points. But it was just the efficiency.
Do we think that the ankle is an issue at this point?
Doesn't even matter.
I don't think that.
Doesn't even matter.
I don't think they're
you
better
out there.
though. Like I don't. I mean, even if Ant goes nuclear and give you 50 points, I think they still might lose by 17. I just think they're just a better team overall because you're having a modest J-Dub from what he did with he's out of that series now, so his mind's more clear, and he's giving you 23 and 21 effortlessly and high efficiency. So if there's a chance for those two to go nuclear, and then you have Chet at any given moment could give you 22, they just don't have that firepower to add up. I mean, Jaden is inconsistent. Julius is inconsistent. DiVincenzo's inconsistent. Anthony, he's consistent, but at the same time, either game one, he didn't put enough shots up. That's not going to help you. Or you're going to put up a lot more shots. Again, great, no turnovers, but 46%. Shay's over 50.
Yeah.
In the paint, his shot over anyone that you're throwing at him. Again, I see the 3-year difference. I also like what the others are doing for Oklahoma City. Caruso, Hartenstein.
Better team.
And Caruso, one of the questions I wanted to pose to you guys, is he like the next Draymond Green type? You know what I mean? 2.0.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, as a defender, yes. But I mean, I just think Draymond, in his heyday, he just did more. Draymond was kind of like the de facto point guard for Golden State. And Caruso's effective on offense, but I don't think he doesn't direct the offense like Draymond did. So, you know what I mean? And you guys were big on Caruso than I was. I'm late to the party. I just realized that he was
good cog for the Lakers. You know what I mean? But
utility guy. He
shouldn't be the reason why Anthony Edwards should be stopped. Put it that way. I just don't think that they have enough.
Shouldn't be the reason that Joker got stopped either.
But what reason why?
But Joker's numbers were still
his numbers
really, really good.
Not in that last game. That last game.
I felt that Caruso should not be able to stop Joker, but at the same time, and listen, I don't want to have it go towards officiating, but there's no way Caruso could stop Joker, and then hanging on Joker like that it's a foul every time he was going down on him. He's outmatched and outsized.
It's the playoffs, hell. Those
if you're gonna play it that way, then Caruso can stop.
Again, I just kudos to Caruso. His defense has really been impacted winning Oklahoma. It's not the main reason they're winning, but it's definitely one of the reasons why Oklahoma City looks so good right
now.
Now there was
helps.
There was a weak little narrative after game one. That SGA was foul chasing. Do we want?
I think he's just smarter.
Yeah,
he just knows the game. It's a foul.
Yeah, he's getting fouled.
He's getting fouled each time that he's doing it.
It's basketball IQ. Like if you come down and chuck a 3, he come down, put his head down and goes to the rim, he's going to get more foul calls than you. You know, does he sometime maybe, and sometime I think he bumps just to get a rhythm. You know what I mean? Like he'll go in, bump, and go off. They call the foul. Hey, he'll take it. He's not going to say no. So, I you know, it could be construed as that. I get it. I don't think it's James Harden level.
No, not at all.
No, which is perfectly legal. It's not.
No.
It wasn't fun to watch to me, but it's perfectly, you know.
Jalen Brunson does the same too.
Yes.
Like he goes and he gets contact. He initiates contact for his rhythm. Again, I think with all three of them, it's an intelligence thing. So I'm gonna disagree with y'all too, because I can understand the frustration, but by definition of basketball, which shows that he's a student in the game, you're out of position. Like he's catching people.
Yeah, and that's
angle. He's catching people off red, and people are running towards him. He's just smart enough to know that. Is it a bait and foul? I'm like, every time I'm like, come on, bro. I love your game, but it's a foul every time.
Yeah, and to me, honestly, he's not baiting. Like, and that's why I say. For me, it's not as bad as Harden, because I think Harden started it off once he on the catch. Hey, what they're talking about with SGA is mostly when he's driving to the hole, and most of that is he is getting fouled. Now, hey, whether y'all think it's ticky-tack fouls or the refs are being a little too sensitive or too aggressive in calling that foul, y'all are hitting him. Like,
I would like to see more play-ons. That's for me, because for me, when he drives, because he's starting to start tating to me now, because it's like, all right, Ant, just play into the game. You're not getting calls. Adjust. There are plays I'm thinking that he's going down. He's getting hit. He's being aggressive going down when they're not calling it that way. Shea accentuates the foul.
I think Shea, like when I was watching the game last night, I was trying to see, hey, how he's chasing it and whatnot. I think what happens when he makes his move to the basket, everybody's converging on him. That first man that he gets his rhythm bump off of is not fouling him. It's the man that's converging behind him that's fouling him. That'll come behind him and hit him from behind and hit that. And
but
refs are calling that. And it's like,
but he had to play with Jaden
stuck in the box.
Daniels when he made the contact. Jaden got space off of him. He pulled up and they called a foul on Jaden. I thought it was like it's a clip push off. And they called the foul on Jaden Daniels. So I'm like, either they take care of that in the off season, where you're saying like guys can initiate the
they got to call the offensive if he's bumping
I think
into
if you extend, it should be a
extend.
problem. I think this is all right. Like if you're giving this, I think that's all right. This I think is the issue.
Right,
like
if you extend,
I think this is all right. I'm all right with the bump.
Yeah, I don't think if it's just don't call. Like I feel like plays adjust, right? If you just don't call it, I think people stop doing it. Like you know what I mean? Like if SGA, for instance, if he gets the call, why would he stop doing it? Just like James Harden, if you keep calling it, they're gonna keep doing it. If you stop, like James Harden doesn't do it anymore because they're not gonna call it. So I think that's all it really is.
Love his game though. I'm
SGA got the MVP.
Well deserved.
Finally.
Last year.
71-29, huh?
29 people weren't convinced.
And I off the top of my head, 30 points a game, 68 wins. Jordan Curry and him. Like in the history of the game. Like Jordan Curry and him, 30 a night, 68 plus wins. Sounds like MVP to me. I don't see where it would be close. And Joker's a great player, had a great season, but yeah, SGA well deserved.
Hey, guys, are you watching the playoffs? Let us know what you guys think. What storylines are you following? Hit us up, social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. Fellas, been a lot of talk around Michael Jordan lately. His agent came out not too long ago, David Falk, basically stating that LeBron James will have a hard time. No, someone asked him, hey, who would be in his top 5? And he said Jordan, of course, and he named some other players. He didn't name LeBron James. And the person went on to ask him, hey, would he be in your top 10? He's like, maybe.
He might crack it.
He might crack it. He
That
might
was
be.
a quote. Might crack it.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because it's laughable.
He said he might be at 11 or whatnot.
Who, the guy asked the question or the fact that he, oh, my fault.
11?
Wow.
11?
I'm not too far with you, Mr. Falk, on this one.
Wow.
I'm not too far on this one. When we start ringing them off, it's going to be rough, but I'm going to get there.
Clutch Sports is having a hell of a run. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Oh, man.
Clutch Sports is having a hell of a run.
He's killing them.
Maybe some people got kicked out their position. maybe that's why they feel away. But
You know what, Dave? I'm with you. But elaborate, Mo.
you always have the 90s.
Oh, my
You always have the
gosh.
90s. Shout out to Clutch
Be
Management.
trash.
All right. When pushed further about whether LeBron even cracks his top 10, Fitz replied, probably, before delivering what quickly became the quote of the day.
Shout out to Rich Paul.
Really, I really like LeBron, but I think if Jordan had had cherry picked what teams he wanted to be on and 2 other superstars, he would have won 15 championships.
He played 15 years.
Okay.
So he won the championship every year of his career.
Every year. If he had two more superstars, every year.
Okay.
Every year.
Shout out to Rich.
And know what I love about that quote?
Every
It takes for granted the fact that it did take Michael Jordan like 7 years to get to a point where he was contending for a championship and competing for championships.
And where'd he go?
Chicago.
No, where'd he go? After he couldn't get his championship, though. Where'd he go?
No,
He stayed there.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things that the writer brings up is that, hey, during those times, teams were more invested in putting a team around a star player or a superstar player. Once they realized, hey, I got a Jordan, I got a Barkley, I got a Hakeem, they were more invested in that era to put a team around a star player. Whereas LeBron with Cleveland the first time, hey, the 2 players that stayed with him from the day he was drafted to, hey, the day he left was Virgil and Ilgauskas. Everybody is
Serviceable.
The only thing, you mentioned Barkley. Ilgauskas is better than anybody who was in those 76ers teams with Barkley. They did a horrible job.
Okay.
The Bulls, I think they did a decent job. They drafted Pippen and Horace Grant, but they didn't really do nothing.
They give him 2 superstars.
They didn't do nothing major, to be honest.
Which one call it? Hey, they drafted Pippen and Horace Grant.
Mm-hmm.
They also got Tony Kukoc.
But I was after the chips, though.
I mean, but hey, even
He didn't wait.
even doing something like that, like, hey, Cleveland wasn't willing to do that until the second time when he said, hey, I'll come back and get me these players.
But I feel like this is 2 different statements, right? Like, okay, Jordan would have done this if he did what LeBron did. Okay, that's 1 player.
Mm-hmm.
What about the other 10 that you have? What about the other 9 you have above LeBron? Like, that's what I'm curious about. I think if Jordan, if Ewing came to Chicago or Barkley came to Chicago, yeah, they would have won more than 6 championships. I agree with that. I'm just hung up on the rankings. LeBron.
We'll get to that. Here's the number that strikes me. I think it's like 29 to 186. That's the amount of players. I think Jordan is 29. That's the amount of players he played with that made All-Star games. Mm-hmm. LeBron is 186. The amount of players he played with. So my thing is, if you're telling me 1 player, whatever you feel about Scottie Pippen, whatever, I'll just say that. This man did it to me without a superstar, right? This man did it with. This man had 2 superstars every time he went somewhere with clutch role players. So it's like he helped So he was GMing while he got there to secure his championship. That's fine because you knew you needed a championship to secure your legacy. I'm okay with that. Him and Durant are in the same boat with me with that. But I'm not ready to dismiss the whole Jordan thing like everyone else are. Let's move on. No, I'm with Falk on this one. You went to places where you needed two or more. Two superstars, legitimately, but two or more very good players on that team for you to compete and still lose at times. So, no, I'm good on that. I am Mr. Jordan always and Team Jordan. So I agree with that on the simple fact of I'll find you 9 people if you need me to say that they're better than LeBron James. Sure, I have no problem with that. But, again, when you get to the part where Jordan speaks, I'm actually in agreement with Jordan that we do need to move on and respect this generation for what it's worth and let that be what it is. Yes, you are the Holy Grail, and I'll leave it at that.
And you led right into it. Jordan, there was a piece out today where Jordan kind of explains his thought process and agreeing to do the NBA on NBC. And he's basically, and I'm quoting, Mike told us flat out, if hearing it from him is what it takes for these fans to stop disrespecting guys like LeBron, Steph, or even Harden, then so be it. He wants the game to move forward.
It has. I think this is so self-serving, and I'm the Jordan. He's on my wall as a kid. Jordan's my favorite. He's the GOAT. This is self-serving. Like,
leave them alone, guys.
I think people have already moved on. What is he talking about? Like,
is it? He doesn't feel that way.
Well, that's him.
Like, they're stuck on me because I'm great.
Well, no, talk to your agent. Your agent got LeBron at number 11. Don't tell us that. Tell your agent. I don't have LeBron as the 11th best player of all time.
I'm here to convince Dave why he's wrong.
You can take that in person. I don't need to hear that. You got
the whole world needs to hear that.
No, we don't.
We have a lot of David Falk. Khalil's out there feeling like David Falk. He needs to come on and convince me this.
I just think LeBron, Durant, and Steph, people know what it is.
And
they know what it is.
He further goes on to say fandom has gotten so warped, they hate today's game, but still watch every second.
So they don't hate it. They just complain.
They say it's not physical enough, but they ignore how advanced players have become. And they use Jordan like a weapon in every conversation. It's delusional.
Third person?
Further added Jordan's longtime friend. This is coming from his friend.
This is from David Falk?
No, this is from a Jordan confidant.
Even in
sources. Sources.
Him.
Yeah, I personally think people have moved on.
League's in a great place.
Yeah, League's in a great place. I think it's 5 or 10 years too late. LeBron, Durant, and Steph are almost way out the door. Mm-hmm. Like, I think people their legacy, whatever you want to call it, is already solidified. I don't think anyone needs his blessing or direction.
But I think that plays into his ego, though. P.
That's why I say it's self-serving. Hey, you can't compare these guys to me. No, we will compare them to you. They're not better than you, but they're close.
Hold on, though. But we've even gone on this. Like, he's saying stuff that, hey, y'all have said. Hill, you said, hey, this era has some of the most skilled players we've ever seen. It's time for fans to start appreciating that.
We all know.
That's Michael Jordan.
I said, I think we have a short or a reel on Instagram. I compare, and y'all know how Penny is one of my guys. Like, other than Jordan, he might be one of my favorite plays. I compared LaMelo Ball to Penny Hardaway, and I said, he might. You could say he's better, not better. But imagine if if LaMelo Ball was in 1992. You know what I mean? So I guess for me. I feel like if he's Jordan talking to me, he'll be preaching to the choir or to us.
Yeah, but I think that I think where y'all both are right on that, and I think we're in agreement is Jordan is just self-serving.
Yeah, like
backhanded compliments. That
hey, don't compare
on a national level.
Enjoy LeBron. Don't compare him to. I already enjoy LeBron.
Excellent.
No, you have to enjoy. We said this is like one of the best playoffs we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thoroughly enjoying SGA's run. That's like my favorite player in the game. I'm not saying, oh, Jordan would have done that. SGA, you did it wrong. No, Jordan is 60-something years old.
Not even thinking about him, actually.
I'm all in on SGA.
Until he makes him think about it.
Yeah, and again, I am Jordan. I am Team Jordan. That's my favorite player. I try to.
Doesn't sound like
no, I'm not a fan of his statements,
antics.
but of his game. He's the greatest player of all time. I
But
go
you
as
don't
far.
think he has a point? You don't think that?
Or him?
No. As far as the narrative that's been out there, like before Jordan even decided to go on NBC for NBA whatnot, it ain't like he's picking these narratives out of nowhere. Like,
of course, on social media and in the internet, there's people that don't like LeBron. This is not going to change it. You know what I mean? Like.
But I mean, and I'm mentioning it to say, like, this ain't him totally making that.
No, I don't think he's making it up. But I think okay. Some dude in his mother's basement in Iowa thinks LeBron is the 20th best player ever. Okay, I don't need you to.
And his agent.
Yeah. Shout out to Rich Paul, man. Rich Paul, man, they killing it out there. Shout out to Rich Paul and Clutch Sports, man.
Maybe.
They're killing it out there, man. I can't even think of no other agents besides them.
No, I'm saying, what you call it, Michael Jordan's agent wouldn't even put LeBron in the top 10. So, he's with that guy.
No, Pete's saying it probably is because of the fact that Rich Paul's out there kicking ass as agent, so it could be a little bit bitter about losing.
Who does Stephen Fulk represent now?
Jordan.
No, I mean like a current player.
No, I don't. I don't think he's
exactly. Shout out to Clutch Sports. Shout out to Rich Paul. Do your thing. Exactly. You don't think he represents no one now?
Yeah, I don't think he's in the game anymore.
There you go. He's not even in the game.
But he's
not even in the game.
He's successfully retired.
And I'm with Dave.
But what's about choice?
I'm with Dave. I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know what's about choice. I don't know.
Listen, what you call it? Well, you have Michael Jordan. I think he had Kid. He had a.
No. He's one of the greatest agents of all time. I'm not arguing
super
that.
agent, I might say.
Yeah.
No question. Horrible GM. Horrible. Horrible talent evaluator. Horrible.
I don't know about horrible. Just different.
If you have LeBron as the 11th best player, you don't know what you're talking about.
Just different.
Bitter.
Just different. I mean, different.
Bitter.
Wow. Yo,
it's a stretch. I'll give you that.
There's 10 play. You've seen 10 plays better. Do you know of 10 plays better than LeBron James, bro?
Without a spite. Would it be truthful? Probably not. More likely not.
No.
Hell, do you know 10 plays?
I'll find 10. Truthful? No.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm hard pressed.
That's what I'm saying. And I know you're not even the biggest LeBron fan like that. But so clean up your yard, bro. Clean up your yard. Don't come for us. Go talk to your agent, bro.
So you don't want to see Jordan on NBC?
I'm not talking about that. If he just comes to talk about basketball, of course. He's the greatest player of all time. So I respect his basketball knowledge. I really do.
I don't think it's gonna stop there though. Like I think he opened up the floodgates for other people. Because he put Jordan, Steph, Harden. I think he has smoke for those three. Like
he talked about, just to be fair to him, he did talk about Joker. He talked about Luka Doncic also.
I think those names in particular, he will find something as a backhanded compliment coming up during these things. I think he'll say, well, the game might be watered down with too many threes. That's Steph. I think the game is more malaise with these people drawing fouls. That's Shea and Harden. I don't think the big man is just as skilled as they were before, and then they're shooting threes and they're soft and trying to draw fouls a lot. Wasn't you and Sam? It's gonna be Joker. You put this man near a mic, you're gonna see.
I don't think. Well, I hope he doesn't do that.
I'm gonna stop because I don't want to.
Hey guys. Hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. Are y'all ready for Jordan or NBA or NBC? Hit us up. Let us know what you think. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. Fellas, It's on the radar.
Are we gonna get used to this? 2 points, 13 rebounds for Tyrese. I mean, we're gonna do this the 0 for 8. Are we gonna sit through these?
Well, I was trying to get past this. I was really trying to get past
if this is what she is, though. I mean, she's a bricklayer. My God.
know what the thing is?
Oh,
I think
man.
people wanted her to be Lisa Leslie like, and she's more Dennis Rodman. Where she's a ultra high energy woman.
Yes.
What you would call it? Rebound her butt off, defend aggressively and whatnot. But when it comes
and
to
has a nasty streak too, right?
Yeah, and when it comes to offense,
Yeah, I'm missing something. Who thought she was Lisa Leslie?
nah,
Who?
Not me. Not
Like,
me.
and I think Angel Reese is a good player. You understand?
You know who is amazing? Aisha Wilson. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, she's a problem.
Oh my God.
She's a problem.
And I don't want to hear about. I don't want to hear a Reese thing though, but I don't want to hear about possibly one of the faces of the future of the WNBA. Put it that way. I think she should be. I mean, was Rodman though? Maybe
At one point he had his time in the spotlight, and I think, hey, that should be her lane. Like, hey, I'm an aggressive rebounder, defender. You know what I mean? And hey, once in a while, I can give you some points, but you shouldn't rely on me offensively. To carry the team.
Can't rely on Cardoso either. I mean, it's rough. But Angel, I watched and that was one because I'm giving it an effort, Mo. Liberty was a horrible game, and Indiana they lost too as well. Second thing is, like Barkley said, might be a time for maybe Silver to bring Haliburton's pops at least for the home games.
I think what you gonna call it? Honestly, if he makes the finals, yeah. But for this, no.
Still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what could have happened and how dangerous it could have been for all parties involved, for the NBA, the league itself, for Giannis, for Haliburton's father, it could have gone really, really left, and somebody could have got really hurt.
You should keep him out then. For good then.
You know what I mean? But I think, hey, you have to send a message that stings, that you're gonna feel it, and one round is not enough. You know what I mean? I think, hey, him missing out on his son possibly securing a finals appearance in MSG, yeah, that sounds about right. And then after that, yeah, now you can come in and enjoy your son in the championship game.
Okay.
Because we know that you've learned the lesson, and it hurt. You know what I mean? So, what's on your radar?
On radar, it's conference finals. Just Haliburton, SGA, Ant, Jalen Brunson. One of these guys are going to have a championship in June. So yeah, that's what's on my radar.
How's the energy down there in the city? Have you felt it?
It's crazy.
Still crazy still?
It calmed down.
Yeah,
a
it
lot.
has to calm down.
Not a little. It calmed.
They were naming streets after players.
It calmed down a lot.
Chill out.
Yeah. I actually saw a Pacers guy with a Pacers shirt.
Walking around?
Yeah. And his head didn't meet a garbage can.
Yeah, no, it was ugly.
No, that happened.
Yeah. Celtics fans was getting destroyed.
It definitely, the city was a little bit more quiet today. Could have been a Memorial Day getaway. I don't know.
You need to elevate. You're right. I didn't think about that. Or it could just be they're down.
Yeah.
Before I get into what's on the radar, I want to just run back a little bit. Best 4 players.
Oh man!
In the playoffs right now.
I did this.
And put them in order.
I went Ant.
And we're talking about just off of their playoff performances, not what they did in regular season and stuff like that.
I went Ant, I went Shea. I went Brunson and Haliburton.
P.
SGA definitely. I don't care if it's regular season play. I just think he's the best player out right now. SGA. I probably would go Ant because of the defense. I'll go Ant over Jalen because of the defense. And Haliburton, although I spoke earlier, like how much he proved to me, he's fourth.
Yeah.
He's fourth.
We're going to be eating pro.
And I'm basing this off of the playoffs and what they've done in the playoffs. This playoffs, this is not a resume for me. I'm not giving them credit or history. I would go probably Ant, Brunson, Haliburton, SGA.
Wow.
The playoffs, you might want to go Haliburton first. He is smoking.
What you call it? Reason why I put SGA last is because, hey, he did have some rough games where he didn't live up to his own standard and whatnot. And whereas the other guys that we're talking about, you might be able to name one game where they had an off game during this playoffs, especially with Ant and Brunson. Ant with the most recently being in this, OKC versus SGA. SGA with this series has started look like SGA and whatnot. Last series in Denver, he was off, on. Hey, you look like yourself. You don't. You look like an MVP. You don't. You know what I mean? With Denver. So that's why I put him last. Everybody else has been pretty consistent as far as, hey, we are who you thought we were going through. Even Brunson, to that fact. And Haliburton,
What scares me about Denver more is I think they did if you could think back to the Lakers versus Bulls, there was a chink in Shea's game in which I think Denver tried to expose a little bit, like game one with Jordan. Maybe attack him, get him in foul trouble, put the bigger person on Jordan, make Jordan play some defense. Once it got unlocked, Jordan went for the next four.
Lights out.
I think Shea has turned that light on, and I don't know if you turn it back off. He looks insane. And when he did that turnaround, to me, I think when I said he feels comfortable anywhere in the court, which I already knew before, but now after the Denver thing, because like you said, to your point, he looked shaky during that series. And you got to give some credit to Denver for playing, well. These guys get paid as well, too. But I think when he did the turn and spin and he banked it on McDaniel, I was like, off the angle, off the side, I'm like, oh, he's locked in. It's over. It's over for this kid. Anthony Edwards D'd him up. Everyone throwing a ball at him. I understand the frustration. He is a human cheese right now. There's nothing you can do. It's nothing. And ones with the left from the free throw line. It's man, it's tough. Again, go home, man. Go ahead, show me something there.
And this is probably going to be my year to regret putting SGA fourth, and he's going to win the chip. So hey, we're staying consistent.
No, four talented players, man.
Definitely. Can we say 4 potential superstars, if not superstars already?
I don't.
They're getting there. 4 stars, definitely.
It depends who you ask. Like I don't. I'm not sure if anyone will ever say Haliburton's a superstar with a championship.
What about Brunson? Do you think he runs into the same issues as well?
Could be. I don't know, but I think I'm in the forest type of thing. You know what I mean? I'm in New York, so you can't tell no Knicks fan that Jalen Brunson's not already a superstar. So I don't know how the rest of the country looks at it.
Is Tatum a superstar?
I don't think so.
Okay. A Joker?
No, I don't think so.
Because I'm thinking Giannis?
No. And I think these are all great players. When I say superstar, I'm thinking more of they're stars. It's almost like basketball. Almost like second to this.
Durant, Curry, LeBron.
To me, Durant, Curry, and LeBron are superstars. I don't know if they are.
And I would even maybe just LeBron and Curry.
Yeah, Durant. Yeah, so I was thinking
Yeah,
that. I was almost not
understandable.
going to put Durant on there.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
You know, as far as and when I think of superstars, it's like, hey, you're not on. You don't have to play basketball for people to be interested in going to see you or hearing from you. You know what I mean? And I think, which we'll call it, LeBron and Curry have that kind of caveat. If they're playing golf, we probably they're going to put it on network TV. You know what I mean?
I always go by. Yeah, I think so. I think I always go by my wife. You know, or your significant other. If would they go to a signing if they're at Cross County? What do you say? Anthony Edwards at Cross County right now. She might say who?
Yeah, I think Savannah and Aisha. Right?
Yeah.
You know their wives.
Right.
People who don't watch basketball might know their wives. You know what I mean? I think if SGA wins, I think he'll be like almost on a trajectory to get up there with Wade, Kobe, and Jordan. That's how much I think of him. But I don't think he would be a superstar.
And I think
to people.
What's going to work against SGA is the fact that he's Canadian.
No,
you know what I mean?
I mean,
and the fact that hey, he's not spending his summers in the United States. He's in Canada. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I don't even know. Like, I don't really care about the superstar tag, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, I think John Morant might be a bigger star than SGA, but that means nothing to me. I'd rather watch SGA play every day of the week. That's just me. You know
And it's just the way they're exposed. You know what I mean? LeBron and Curry is, like you said, they're everywhere. You know, they're doing fashion, they're doing restaurants, they're doing TVs and movies. So, yeah, no, I think that's. Only one I can think of is like my wife knows Brunson because of New York. Like,
Yes,
it's because of New York.
Yeah, you're in New York. Yeah.
A bias of New York. Like, if there's a signing, I want to get my jersey signed. Like, she get a Brunson jersey. I'm like, he might be superstarish here, but I don't know about a national level. Definitely here though.
And that may be enough. Like,
yeah,
if you're going to be a local superstar, New York is the place
the
you want to be a local
Yeah,
superstar.
definitely.
So,
Question, I like that.
what's on my radar? Playoffs, WNBA. Yeah, basketball. Go figure.
In the night, boy, they bing bong, boy, anxiety, or that. Yeah. That rim's a little tighter, right?
Yeah, man.
2-0 going to Indiana.
I
love it.
It's a little
Come on.
a little tighter, but you're asking a lot from people who intentionally commit.
Hey, love it. I commit.
Yo, listen, this is
Speed it up. Let's run faster.
And I don't want to hear about the what do you call it, small market teams. Because New York is the only major market that's in here.
Yeah.
So kudos to the Oklahoma City, Indiana, Minnesota. There's front office doing a good job.
A-Rod.
Shout out to A-Rod.
To all our fifths out there. Peace.
Peace.